From the creator of Star Wars and the director of Cocoon, Willow.
Disappointing its creators at the box office and garnering mostly mediocre to poor reviews from critics, using templates taken from some of the oldest myths and legends in human history. 1988, Willow. Star Wars had been a phenomenon, making a mythological world and applying these same ancient templates of the hero's journey. Clearly they were hoping that lightning would strike twice. I personally have always liked this movie. And there were toy commercials and everything else at the time, really hoping that this would be the next Star Wars, but it isn't. It's certainly fair to point out that the story is uneven. Apart from generic villainy, there's no backstory about Queen Bavmorda. As cool as the Nelwyn are, we know more about the cultural and socio-political dynamics of that culture than we do the Daikinis. It would have been nice to learn a little bit about Galadorn once we met Eric. Mad Mardigan clearly has a backstory they'd like to get to in a long-term franchise, but we don't even get the kind of interesting tidbits we did about Han Solo. Willow himself is a great character, but largely cerebral. Being a Nelwyn, he's not going to be the action hero, so it falls to Mad Mardigan, whom we naturally feel less sure of. He's clearly defined as not really a heroic character. Rather, again, the Han Solo type, he will be the one who becomes heroic and rises to the occasion. Willow cannot be a stand-in for the young, youthful, hopeful, optimistic Luke Skywalker. Razel, as a wise mentor, comes in a little bit late, and while her turning out to be very old and frail adds to the suffering of her character, she just doesn't carry the power or charisma that Alec Guinness could. Obi-Wan dies and still has a more powerful on-screen presence than Razel. There certainly is a very poetic and epic feel to Willow. As I've said, I really like it. I've rewatched it many times. It might be the places where it's not formulaic that really make it stand out, but then it doesn't put enough of its own unique material there to really pan out into a whole franchise. And so it has become what it is, a standalone film that has become a cult film, a classic, and has its own following.